Yo, what is up, everyone? It is June 25th, 2022. I'm your host, Robert John.
And I am James DePino.
And we're here with Blanco and Chow.
Yo, what is up? This is Blanco.
What up, guys? This is Chow.
And today we're going to be talking about who is Blanco. We're going to talk about his new album, Bad Days Don't Last Forever, and his plans for the future. So, Blanco, why don't you just tell us about yourself, what you're doing and everything.
I'm a 21-year-old recording artist from Lakewood, New Jersey. I moved to Jackson during my high school years, and during those years I decided that I wanted to make music. And I've been making music probably for the better half of 6 or 7 years now. Started when I was around 14, 13 years old. And I've just been making music since probably middle school, I want to say.
Yeah, I know. It's been a long time you've been making music, and we've made so much music together and everything throughout the years.
It is pretty nuts how much music we've made together. Yeah,
it's crazy, and it's just awesome to see where you're at now and everything. And
thank you.
It's awesome. So definitely, I want to ask you basically what got you started into making music for the people that don't know.
So my father, I live in a Hispanic household, but my father came here around the age of 16, 17 years old, and he's lived on both coasts, West Coast and East Coast, during the prime hip hop era of Tupac and Biggie and Mobb Deep and all of those hip hop legends. And he just basically would play it a lot during he would just walk around the house, play it on the speakers. He had CDs all over the place. So I've always just had a love for hip hop as a whole since I was, I want to say 6 or 7 years old. I remember one of the earliest moments is my dad, he had a Tribe Called Quest's Midnight Marauders.
Oh my God.
That's a great album, by the way.
One of my
favorites. Great album. And I remember just him coming to pick me up from school, just busting that album so loud. It was so funny. Yeah. Everybody would look at us, but I didn't care. That's greatest, one of the greatest,
Easily. Yeah. Tribe's definitely one of my favorite, it is my favorite rap group of all time,
Yeah, rest in peace, Phife Dawg.
Yeah, rest in peace, Phife.
Rest in peace, Phife Dawg.
For sure.
But definitely just and a lot of freestyle music I want to say as well. A lot of the '80s freestyle music was very prevalent as well. So that really turned me on as well. I just liked playing a lot of that music and listening to it. I had an MP3 player just stacked with a bunch of all that type of stuff. So it was 11 playing 50 Cent DMX, and all my friends are what are you listening to? So it's just,
No, absolutely.
I totally understand that, man. But from our understanding, you have a new album coming out, Bad Days Don't Last Forever.
Yes,
what can you tell people about that?
So Bad Days is probably an album I want to say that I've conceptualized since my middle school years. I've always dealt with I want to say depression and just anxiety and stuff like that. Not to sound like a fucking creep or anything like that, but no, but I've always dealt with just depression and stuff, and I've always used music as an outlet. Throughout the years that I've made music, I've always had little deep cuts, but I've always wanted to take a little bit more of a mature approach. And I'm 21 now, and I've definitely have had a lot of experiences in my life, and I'm gonna be experiencing a lot more. I'm only 21, but definitely with this album, I was really just really focused on being a little bit more of a mature artist and figuring out who I am and just explaining to everybody what's going on with me and where I'm at in my life,
Yeah, for sure. And I mean, the album definitely reflects it. I mean,
Thank you.
Just, the sound of it, it's something different. Definitely different, out of your catalog and everything, and I love it.
Yeah, thank you. Yeah, it's definitely been years in the making. A lot of the songs, actually, I've written verses on that album that I just spit from 6-7 years ago, So it's
right.
It's very I feel now is the good time to have something like that out,
No, absolutely. It's definitely perfect time. And one of the things I want to ask you is what was your inspiration for making this album?
So when I was making this album, I was watching a lot of movies and TV shows, playing a lot of video games, not doing anything music related, if I'm being quite honest. I was very just absorbing the life around that I had. I took probably 6-7 months off from making music to just kind of focus on where I'm at with my priorities and like where I want to go, and like, you know, just focus on like my relationships and like, you know, with my family and like my girlfriend and all that. And I definitely, when I was making this album, I was very, I this is gonna sound so fucking nerdy, but one of the games that I played during my time, like that I was just not making music, was Cyberpunk. And that atmosphere really, I want to say, influenced a lot of this album, because just Cyberpunk 2077 had like really futuristic trap music, and I was like, let me just take a crack at this, you know what I mean? Like I want to do it like the way that I want to do it, you know what I mean? So it was very easy for me to just hop into that pocket, because like, you know, I just, like I said, I've always looked up to like good production, and like, you know, another inspiration was like Daft Punk. I've been listening to a lot of Daft Punk, and you know, just a lot of like EDM, like Swedish House Mafia. I really liked like the synthesizers and all the stuff that they use, and so I really wanted to utilize a lot of that into the music and incorporate it when I was like, you know, making a lot of like the beats and stuff on the project.
Yeah, that's one thing I noticed like in the lead song too, like Reflections, like towards the end of it, you know, where you have like all those synths like running through and everything. It's really nice. It's like very musical. I like that, you know.
Thank you.
It's something different. It's refreshing, especially when you're incorporating it like with just rapping and everything too, you know. I mean, you do more than like rapping on that record too, which I think is really cool.
Yeah, I've always felt like my music has always been like inspired by like, you know, artists like Drake or like Uzi or Travis Scott, you know, like just, or like even Kanye as well. Like I definitely took inspiration from like just a lot of like my favorite artists and stuff that I was listening to that was coming out at the time, and also just what I was like listening to, and like the music and like movies and like the score and like games and like other entertainment like TV shows and such. And so I was really just influenced from all different aspects for this project.
Yeah.
So
no, and it definitely shows. I mean, it's definitely a great record. I mean, check it out if you guys haven't heard it yet. You know, it just dropped yesterday.
Yeah, just check it out. You know, it's very good. Thank you.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, I really, really enjoyed the album, and I wanted to bring up a quote. I had seen it on your story not too long ago about like making this album, you look to change the New Jersey music scene, and I thought that was like, it was before I'd listened to the album, but it also raised my curiosity, and I'm curious like how you feel about that. Like, how do you feel you can change the New Jersey music scene?
Well, one thing that I want to say is that like the New Jersey music scene, there's so much talent in New Jersey that's like very unnoticed. You know, Chow right over here, he's my boy, and he's been with me since I want to say like sophomore, even early like freshman year, and he makes music, he makes great music. I have my boy Cam, Dame, my boy Dame. Everyone knows Dame. That's my boy right there. You know, Jungle 1 and Jungle 2, Jungle 3 maybe. You know,
whoa, hold on now. No, hold on, because I'm not gonna let that slide, because I was looking for that earlier today. You delete everything, man.
It's you know, it's Dame right now. We gotta wait on Dame right now to upload them songs that we have. But we're playing around with the ideas. But back to what you were saying though about like, you know, the New Jersey sound. You know, a lot of New Jersey artists, like the one thing that I feel like that sets us apart from like some places like Atlanta or like Florida and like California is that like those states are very like unionized, I guess you can say, with like their artists, and like, you know, they all work and try to lift each other up. In New Jersey, a lot of people feel like it's a competition, and I kind of want to change that, where like, you know, like I wanted to have like artists like MBM Franco or like J Cast, and I wanted to put like Dame and them on my album. I even have you on my album. You know, I really wanted to like, and I also have a deluxe coming out with the album as well. And I'm gonna have a lot more artists on there. I'll get into it like, you know, soon. But I just definitely wanted to show like my support and like influence for that. And like, you know, Jersey Club is definitely something that like influenced me. You know, living in New Jersey, like in Lakewood as well. Like a lot of my friends, they dance like Jersey Club strictly, and they're really good. You know, like, and so I definitely wanted to have like a song like Takeoff, where it was like, okay, you know, like that's like, it has a Jersey Club influence. It's produced by Ace Moolah. He just dropped a project, Jack and Drill 2, shouting that out. But he definitely helped out with that, and I just wanted to bring a little bit of that into like the influencing that, and also just, you know, showing my support for the artists in the area, you know, and, you know, just definitely like showing like, hey, like I got your back. Thank you for being on my record, you know.
I'm glad you really brought that up, Alex. Like the fact that other states are kind of unionized and that there's a competition here in New Jersey. I think that's part of our goal here is to kind of bring people together and uplift people.
Yeah.
And, you know, we mentioned on our previous podcast about chemistry amongst people. You know, we want to see that. We want to see people lift others up. Like, you know, I want to see everyone eat here, you know?
Yeah, no, definitely. And like, you know, that's just how like everything goes in hip hop. Like hip hop is like, you know, it's always kind of just been like a competition, but like, you know, like Kanye said it like in like a few interviews, like bringing people down with you isn't like that great. Like you have to work and collaborate with people, you know. It's just collaboration is always what makes for like the best music, you know.
No, definitely. And like James was saying, like that's literally like what we're trying to do, like with the Outsiders Worldwide. You know, I mean, our main goal
this is a
out.
very good idea. Like
Thank
you guys
you.
are very like awesome for this. Straight up, like this is
Thank
first
you.
of its kind. You know, straight up awesome.
I know, it's like I like closing out the show like from last week.
Yeah.
I literally said like, you know, our main goal is to put Jersey on the fucking map. You know, and
Yeah, Jersey is next up. Like straight up Monmouth County. Like I got my boys at 1012 that I want to shout out as well. Like 7 Late Nights and Late Taylor and like shout out Foreign as well. Like, you know, everybody in Jersey, like it's so crazy. Like there's so much untapped talent that like isn't shown, and like I'm glad that like we have like a platform like for it.
Absolutely. You know, I mean that's the ultimate goal. While we're speaking about the New Jersey like rap scene, you know, you've been around for a while now doing this, and you know, I wanted to ask you like how you have felt like growing as an artist and like keeping that longevity like in this like local genre and this like local scene.
Well, you know, like I said, I've been doing this for like the better part of like 6-7 years now, and so like I feel like the one key thing has been like just consistency. Like through like the 6 years that I've been making and releasing music, it's just been like a constant like just I've always had like a flow of like content coming out, and like, you know, this little period that I had of me not releasing stuff was like a little bit like irregular for me, but I've always had something in the works and I'm always working on music, and so I feel like just having like a consistent flow of content just always works out best, you know?
For sure. No, absolutely, for sure. So, you know, with the album out and everything, we want to know like what are your plans going forward with that as well?
So I definitely have a few videos that I want to shoot for the album. I'm definitely thinking about a few songs. You know, I really wanted to just get this album out as like you know, my fans have been really asking for me to drop a lot, and like I took like a little break. Like we had Feel Like in January, but then like I just released Reflections, and then now this album within the 2-week span of like, you know, me taking another like little hiatus, you know. But definitely having videos in the works. Chow, Dame, and I, we've been working on a project called Rated R. We're still under wraps with it, but it's a New Jersey project. We have like a lot of New Jersey artists from the area that like Cam, he goes by Divine. We have our friend Ivan, MIV. We have a bunch of other artists as well on the project, like Lil J-Wop. Shout out J-Wop. He's in Florida right now. Yep. But he just dropped a single too. It was pretty stellar, I want to say.
Yeah, great single.
Great single. Good job from him, man. But no, definitely we're definitely working on getting that out. Probably around like August, we want to say. And then we just, you know, we'll see where everything goes. Chow and I have been working on a lot of music lately. Chow, do you want to shout out anything really quickly, music-wise?
I mean, dude, we got like 3 albums in the cut right now. I have 4 albums, maybe even 5. I don't even know. I got like my solo tape. We got
Shout
the Rated
tape
R
2.
tape. Yeah.
Chow Tape 2, produced entirely by me, by the way. Chow Tape 2.
Yes, sir. And a song from SMG Mafia. That's going to be the special one. STG, that one's amazing.
You got a couple videos in the cut as well.
Yeah, a couple new videos. My boy Joe Flannery has been hooking me up. We got an album with Dame, album with Blanco, the Rated R tape. And yeah, we got a bunch of stuff coming out soon. But yeah, a bunch of new tapes, a lot of stuff on deck, at least like 5 albums, bro. 100 songs maybe. I don't even know.
5-6 albums at least in the cut. We have. I'm not even lying. Like I wish we were capping about that.
That's
but we
insane.
have a lot of fucking music.
I look forward to hearing it, man. That's awesome.
Yeah.
But I have a question for you. Like,
Yeah.
you know, like you said, you're 21 years old.
Yeah.
I've known you've been doing this for so long, but as an independent artist, like, how do you? Are there challenges with balancing your daily life, like
Fuck
having
yeah.
a job,
Fuck
school,
yeah.
and doing music? Man, I'm curious, like, how do you balance that?
So I'm not afraid to say it. I work like a 9 to 5. So like that's really like, you know, as an independent artist, you really gotta have some money flowing in. It's not whack to do that shit at all. Like if you have money, good for you. But if you gotta go out and get the bag, like go out and get the fucking bag, dude. Like there's nothing wrong with that at all. Like 100%. And like a lot of people like to like flex that shit that like oh I got money coming in, I don't gotta work now. Yo, fuck you, dude. Like straight up, if you gotta make the money somehow, especially in today's day and age, make that money. And if you gotta make the money to do the things you want to do, like that's 100% like what you gotta do. Because like me, like it's hard. Like it's hard definitely being like an independent artist. You know, like not a lot of people think about like the budgeting that goes into like releasing a song. You know, you gotta pay like $50 for the cover art, 50 to 100, sometimes even more. You know what I mean? If you don't record yourself, you got to go to a studio. You got to go pay the person to engineer you and like track your vocals. Then they mix and master the song. That's another price, you know. And then even the beat itself, like if you don't make your own beats, you're fucked. Like you got to either pay the guy the lease for like $300-$400, or you buy out the track outright for, you know, thousands of dollars sometimes. And doesn't even guarantee that like you're gonna make good money on the song, you know. But definitely it's hard as well as also like I was originally working with a label. Shout out the guys at New 11. Like, you know, they really helped me out. But I was working with them for a little bit, and just balancing going to work and, you know, being an artist and like going to school as well. Like that's another thing that like I'm a college student as well, and it's very hard. It's very hard, and you know, but I somehow have managed to make it work. I balance it out definitely through just scheduling out like what days I'm doing stuff, like, and like also just giving myself time to like sit back and like, you know, just have that time to myself. Like if I want to go out with like my girlfriend or like my family, or if I'm going out with friends, or, you know, if I want to take a trip somewhere, like, you know, it's very comforting knowing that like even as like an independent artist, like I can at least balance out all like the work and stuff like that, you know?
Yeah, no, for sure. It's like, you know, you got your priorities straight, you know, trying to do everything like rapping and, you know, and going to school. And like you said, getting that money, you know, there's no problem working a 9 to 5, you know.
Yeah,
I'm doing the same shit. Like,
yeah, everybody got their own grind. Like, but you know, if you got to go and grind for your shit, go and grind for it, dude. Like,
that's what I'm saying. Listen, there's a will, there's a way.
Always
is. And I like the fact too that you brought up like how much it is to like actually drop like a song, you know.
Yeah, it's very, you know, I mean, like luckily for me, I've been doing this for so long that like I don't want to fucking flex like and be like, oh, like I mix and master, but like I've been producing and I mix and master most of my music and I record myself, but that took time and, you know, dedication for me to like be self-sufficient in that part, you know. So that definitely helps. And like I also do a lot of like my own cover arts as well. Like for just like the better part of my career, I've done most, if not, I want to say all, but I've definitely had singles, had cover arts from other artists like Cause Traffic. He's like a good guy that I've worked with. And you know, there's another guy, Sampai. But like, you know, just going into like making money and like trying to like budget out like a release, it's just it's, you know, it's a lot. It's definitely a lot.
Yeah, absolutely it is. Do you have anything else to say about like your album? Like what are your thoughts about it? Like the whole thing in its entirety?
So, like I said, my album was like something that I conceptualized since like I was 16. Like one of the songs on there, Forever, I produced that song in like 2015, 2016. Like that's a really old fucking track. And I produced that song when I was really, really down fucking bad. And then I recorded it in 2019. So that was like, you know, that song's been in the cut for a long time. So like, but I've held on to that because I knew I wanted to make an album like this and like just talk on like, you know, just express like how I was feeling and stuff like that. And like there's another song on the album that like I really took a lot of time on producing and like making. It's been like 5 or 6 years in the making. Bad Days. I had maybe, I think you probably remember, Bobby. I don't know if you've, I think I may have played a couple demos of that like years ago, you know, like 6, not even like probably like 2018, 2019, I want to say. I was playing around with that record.
Yeah, I know. It's funny just because, you know, like I said, we've been working together for a long time. and it's just funny, like just hearing like some of like your verses like coming, because I mean,
Yeah.
we just have verses that we just have and we just like never release.
We never released them. No, we have so much music in the vault. I think
Yeah.
I want to say I have like, and this is not an exaggeration, I want to say I have like 300-400 songs in the vault.
Yeah,
like
that's
just
insane.
over the years that just haven't either been released or just, you know, we either had them up for a bit and took them down. Like we just, you know, there's a lot of music that we've had just that I've not necessarily I'll pull all of it from, but you know, there's just a lot of stuff that, you know, I wanted to bring out, and like I wanted to bring out the best of like what I had, you know.
No, absolutely, you definitely did. Definitely.
Thank you.
Definitely like the song like we got on there.
Hail Mary, yeah.
Hail Mary.
That's a crazy track, dude.
It's a great track.
That's a great track.
No.
I love that song so much.
We hit that shit hard, bro. That shit was shit's
that was
fire.
crazy. Yeah,
But you know, not even talking about my verse, your verse specifically, your second verse. I remember like when you first like wrote
that song.
verse.
Yeah, I knew you were gonna ask me that, yo. Yeah,
because
that was on an original ASP track, and I thought that verse was so fucking cold for me not to ever spit it again.
I know.
So I was like, I gotta bring it back. Like, you know, LO ASP and all that. I don't think that music is. I don't know if it'll ever come back out because a lot of it is like just we had to clear so much of like the samples and stuff. But no, definitely like shout out ASP, man. Like
shout out Ice, shout out
Ice, shout out Christopher, and like everybody, like, you know, just definitely though. But I definitely did take like a lot of inspiration from that, and like also just the production on it as well. Like I wanted to say like I took a huge hit on the production with like I wanted to say 95 to at least 80 to 90% is probably done by me on the album. Well, I mixed and mastered the whole thing, but most, if not all, the production I've had a hand on that album, you know.
Yeah.
So like, but there's a couple tracks like 4 helped out on them. My longtime producer 4, shout out him. He's, you know, godsend right there. Godsend producer.
He's fucking nuts.
Fucking nuts.
He's
Best
awesome.
producer ever. My boy Sal, yo, best producer in Jersey right there. No cap. He is the GOAT. You guys are sleeping on SMG, like straight up. And I also had like John Sarah. John Sarah helped out on that. Shout out John Sarah. Crazy man. Crazy fucking guy. Awesome. Love him. But yeah, a lot of the production was handled by me on that album. I definitely wanted to get back in that production bag, and like, you know, I definitely wanted to be able to be like, all right, like I don't gotta pay like fucking $700 on a beat. You know what I mean? That's ridiculous, dude.
Yeah, for sure.
Especially for like an artist that's, you know, gas is like $5 right now.
Yeah,
You
that's what
tell
I'm
me
saying, bro.
Gas is like $5 fucking right now. $7 in places I've seen, but I'm like, yo, like you're gonna tell me you want fucking $700 for a beat? Get the fuck out of here.
Yeah, bro.
You know?
Like,
I'm sorry. Like you guys are talented, but no.
Nah, you just can't do that right now.
I definitely had to tap into that, bro. Like, but it was I really took a lot of inspiration from, like I said, like movies and stuff. Like another like album I listened to a lot was 808s and Heartbreak. That was a great album.
Now that you say it, I actually see like the influence there.
808s.
That's fucking funny. Wow.
808s. I took a lot of inspiration from that. I said Cyberpunk. A game that I was playing, I was so crazy into it. I beat it twice. Elden Ring. The soundtrack on that fucking game, I want to say right now, best game soundtrack I've heard this year. That album of just score crazy. I listened to that. I was listening to that shit on the way to work. I was listening to that. I would just be sitting there like sweeping like my fucking like hallways at my job, and I'm hearing like
Alex, you were concerned about sounding nerdy when you brought up Cyberpunk, but you're telling me you beat Elden Ring twice
on the third
I
playthrough.
couldn't get through one fucking third of that game. You're telling me you beat it twice
120 hours, yo. 120 hours in that game I spent. Chow had to pull me out of the fucking game sometimes to go back to the studio. He'd be calling me like, yo, like you're fucking playing PlayStation.
Sounds like homeboy was caught in the Matrix.
He's like, I'm grinding in the stew. You're playing PlayStation right now. And I'm like, dude, I gotta become the Elden Lord. Like,
oh shit!
I'm like, fuck, man, but nah, dead ass. No, that soundtrack definitely inspired a lot of like the production, I want to say, on the album as well. Like I was listening to the craziest shit, dude. When especially like the Weeknd's album is another album that I was listening to a lot. That sounds so futuristic, even though it sounds like it came out of the 80s. It came out of 2080. You know what I mean? Like that's what I was thinking of, like making music that like Spider-Man 2099 could be swinging from, you know, like something like that. Like that's where I was coming from, you know, like you know how like Black Ops 2 like had 2025. That's kind of where I was thinking, like
Sweet.
just
That's
thinking
actually
crazy.
Really cool. Like that's a really cool concept to bring up. I mean, there are definitely like obvious inspirations. I mean, are we gonna talk about Scarface? Because you've got Montana and then Scarface.
Yeah, definitely. My friend Sam. I want to shout out Sam real quick. Yeah. That's my boy right there.
Shout out Sam.
I think it was like two or 3 years ago. I was at my house with him, and we were just making music, and then he spent the night. And we were just like, I think I was fucking fried or something at my house. And it was like 2 or 3 o'clock in the morning. And he's like, yo, let's watch Scarface. And then I'm sitting here like, how long is this film? He's like, I think it's like around like 2-3 hours. And I'm like, fuck. I'm like, I'm going to be here till like 5 o'clock in the morning watching this shit. Nope. I was up the whole time. And I watched that shit on Netflix. Greatest movie, one of the greatest films ever. 100%. And you know, that, like I said, this album's been like years in the making. So like a lot of that has been like pulled from like, just so many things that I've been touching from, like, and just influenced by, and like I just really was absorbing a lot of like what's around me, you know.
Definitely. Yeah, I've seen you got the Tupac shirt you're rocking. I heard some things in the album. Obviously, you got Hail Mary.
Originally the concept for the album was I was gonna reference Tupac in every song. I didn't get to do that.
I noticed it in Bad Days.
I didn't get to do it
because you used my favorite ever Tupac quote.
Like, yeah, I got a Tupac tattoo right here.
Wait, you actually? What's that?
Only God can judge me,
dude. I want it.
Yo, fuck everybody that makes fun of those tattoos. By the way, I see them shits on Twitter.
If I were to get a tattoo though,
no, I'm a fucking Tupac fan. It's like one of my fucking. That's like top 5 Tupac songs, 100%.
Absolutely, and like you used one of my favorite quotes. I noticed it right away because if I ever got a tattoo, it would be the quote, "If you can make it through a dark night, there's a brighter day." That's my favorite quote ever from the song "Better Days" by Tupac.
No, that is one of my favorite songs as well. I love Tupac. Yeah, 100%.
So good.
Tupac.
So how many songs did you reference Tupac in? I didn't know you were going for that. Yeah.
I was trying to reference Tupac. Like originally, Hail Mary, that was one of them. That was because I referenced Tupac in the hook. There was another song, Take Off. Originally, I sampled Hail Mary on that. Then I switched the beat. But I say and feel like I'm Pac when I'm up in the West. Yeah. There's another one. What's another one that there's a Caution. I say like All Eyes on Me, like on my Tupac shit, I think. But I reference him a lot in the album because you know I was reading his book as well. That's like another thing too. I was reading a lot of books, and so like he has that poetry book, A Rose That Grew from Concrete. My girlfriend and I, shout out my girlfriend Gabriella, like you know she's definitely gonna be watching this, but. Yeah, no, my girlfriend and I, like, we really have been into, like, Tupac and stuff, and, like, she loves all that, like, old hip-hop music, and so, like, I bought her that book, I want to say, like, 2 or 3 years ago, but I've read it from time to time as well I have my own copy, but, yeah, definitely, like...
That's absolutely awesome. I want to bring up the song Bad Days again because that was one of my favorite songs because of some of the stuff that you talked about.
Yeah.
Like you had mentioned there were some lyrics talking about like the basement sessions and you know it just makes me think like how far you've come and like I've known you for quite a few years now.
First time I met you came in my basement.
Yeah, it was to your basement you were recording and you're talking about like keeping verses in the vault and when I was there I remember Jay was recording a verse.
Jay Wop. Shout out Jay Wop.
I was thinking, I'm like, when is this song gonna come out? I didn't hear that song for like 3 years later, 3 or 4 years later.
Yes.
And I'm like, holy shit! I remember when he recorded this in Alex's basement. It's finally out. So I thought that was like really cool. That was one of my favorite things because you've come such a long way, man.
Thank you.
I'm so happy to see it.
Yeah, man, definitely. I remember that's the one thing I really remember the most. Just recording, keeping my parents up at night, fucking making music. Bobby knows, like, we've done it to multiple people's houses. We're sorry, Chow. We're doing it at Chow's, keeping his parents up, recording music, but every night. we just migrated. It's different parents that are getting affected every year.
Yeah.
It's a problem.
Just shout out to all the parents.
Shout out to all the parents that have rappers that are their children like that. I feel fucking sorry for you.
Bumping fucking trap
They're
beats
like
at like
bumping
3 in
trap
the
beats.
morning on the
Everybody,
studio
it's like
monitors.
3 in the morning, and you're like, you know, like that's just nah. No, definitely. I definitely had to hit that pocket. I wanted to, you know, keep it very grounded, like with the music and like that song in particular, like that. I had like those lyrics written for even longer. I think 2018, 2017 is when I wrote like part of the lyrics and like made like part of the beat. And then like just recently I finished it up at like Chow's house, and like we just been, you know, that's where I record a lot now at Chow's. So definitely been I've really just been influenced by a lot of the stuff that I've been doing, you know.
No, that's good. I mean, as you should be.
And the one thing too that I want to say is that like I have so many songs in the vault that sometimes I forget that not a lot of it's released. So like I forget that like I have songs and I'm like, oh shit, like this is like I could put this on the album. Like, yeah. So definitely.
No, I know. You know, we were just talking about the basement and everything. We got so many like good memories, just like recording at your house, dude.
So many good memories.
You know. ASP, Murder Mob.
ASP. Yeah, that was the first rap group that we ever started.
Yeah, I want to talk about actually the first time when I met Alex. This is a funny story.
Yo, yeah, tell the story.
I remember it was back, I think it was our sophomore year of high school? Year of high school. Yeah. Me and Alex and our friend Sam as well. We took music theory. I only knew Sam, and I didn't know who Alex was. And I remember we were going around the room doing introductions, and I was like, "Hi, my name's Bobby, blah, 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 whatever." And then I remember Alex was like, "Hey, my name's Alex.
I'm a SoundCloud rapper.
I'm a SoundCloud
rapper. Everyone looked at me with like the fucking mustiest face.
And I heard that. I was like, oh, shit. And just
there's another one.
I know, because that's how I was too. And you know, I just recorded
Bobby was
shit
the
off my
original
iPhone.
Jackson rapper.
Yeah.
Bobby was the original I Tragic. I remember that. I had to bring it up. You know I was bringing it up.
Oh,
you know I was bringing
God.
it up. I Tragic, man.
That's deep.
The original Jackson rapper.
Yeah. And I remember we just like we got along like through Sam and everything, and we were hanging out, and I remember one day you like showed me your music and I was like, oh shit, like it's actually like really fucking good. And he was like, yo, bro, like you got to come over and we got to record something. And we're like, all right. So
yeah, by the way, everybody was clowning Bobby. I thought Bobby was cold. He just recorded on his fucking iPhone.
I just recorded on an iPhone with a Turtle Beach.
That's what it was. Like,
listen, I was working with what I could at the time. You know, I didn't know anything about
I thought
this.
Bobby was cold. I was like, shit, like, you know.
And I remember I just went over to your house and we recorded Summer 16 and we put it out like the fucking very next day, and it was.
We put
lit.
it out that night. Actually, I think within
Did
like
we
the
put it
hour,
out that night?
The hour that we finished it, like you went home, it was up. Like it was like.
Yeah, I think you're right. Yeah. But that's just the one memory I have, just meeting you. I thought that shit was so funny.
Yeah, no, that's we also have the Sal sessions, like the times that we would go over Sal's house, and like
for sure.
Remember the time that I hit you with a chair to try to wake you up, and you like choked me. I was trying to wake up. We were trying to wake him up at my friend Sal's house in the morning because we were trying to leave. And Sal sleeps until like 1 o'clock, 2 o'clock in the afternoon. Like, well, at the time he did. I mean, now he's probably like, you know, he's got a good job and shit. You know, he's doing good for himself.
Oh, good.
Yeah, but he was like sleeping until like 2 in the afternoon. So I'm like, all right, I gotta go home. Like, you know, so I gotta get Bobby home too. And I think I was the one that was driving at the time. So I had to bring everybody with me and do all the rounds. And so I was like, Bobby, we got to go. And he wasn't waking up. So my friend Sam took this metal chair and then he was like, hit him with it. And I was like, all right. Bonk, just got him right in the fucking head. Bobby gets up, takes his fucking hand and puts it right on my throat, like starts choking me out. And I don't even think he was awake for this part. I think he was just up, but he was not up. Like,
yeah, no.
And then we were like, Bobby, it's me. And then Bobby gets up. He's like, oh. He's like, what's going on?
Yeah, I'm fucking bad with that. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's really bad. You don't fuck with my sleep. It sucks. One thing I want to ask Chow too. So Chow and I, we got a real history. We've been friends since fucking like
5th grade.
5th grade, dude, since I moved to Jackson. And since we're on the topic of music, I figured I'd bring this up. I don't know if you remember this or not. Do you remember the first rap group that we ever made? Me, you, and Charlie.
Charlie Conkis, yeah. In 5th grade, in Miss Lukowitz's class.
Yes, dude.
We were pretty fire.
Yeah.
No way.
Oh yeah. Did you know about that?
No, I didn't know about that.
Yeah.
What was it called?
I forget.
I have no
there was
clue what
something
it was
about
called.
Osiris's though. I feel like
It's something like that. Yeah,
'Cause
the
we all
Osiris
wore
sneakers.
Osiris's.
Yeah.
Osiris Gang? That's
It was some shit
Something
like
like
that. But it was so funny. Like, I remember we would just be on like the playground, like trying to like write songs and shit.
Yeah, I remember exactly. And Charlie would be sitting there picking weed out the grass, saying he was smoking weed.
yeah. We were picking weed.
Shout out Charlie, he's a fucking nut, dude. I missed that kid.
Shout out Char. I actually just saw him
I
the other
missed that
day.
kid.
He's doing really good.
He's funny.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
But
And
I just
we were in Murder Mob.
Murder Mob. Yeah.
Murder
That was
Mob.
crazy.
Nah, Murder Mob was great. You know, I think that was to me, this was like Murder Mob was like a big inspiration for like what I'm doing now with the Outsiders. You know.
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely.
No, Murder Mob was definitely something that like, oh my god, that was a time, man.
That was such a great
such a great
time, man.
We were all like, we thought we were on our Wu-Tang shit, honestly. Like, we thought we were
Facts.
We deadass thought we were like on some Wu-Tang shit. Like, we
Facts.
had Dame, and you know, Dame was doing his own thing. J-Wop was we were all bussing in like the high school, just killing it with like the music, and like everyone's still doing their own thing now. Like everyone's killing it, but damn, like Murder Mob was like you had to be there for it. Like,
Yeah, seriously.
that's something you had to be there for.
Yeah.
Everybody is like, catching up now, but like
I know.
Yeah, like-
but it was real. We were like posting shit like every single week, basically.
yeah, it was so fun.
Yeah.
Definitely so fun.
We had the whole fucking school hype. It was lit.
Yeah, and Bobby and I performed at our junior
Oh
formal.
my God.
That's one thing that we need to hold on. Cut to the chase right there. What's her name? Haley Rogers. Every year when that day comes up, she sends me the video because she made like the best video out of all of them.
She did make a really good video.
She had
about
like
that,
the
yeah.
best one out of all of them, and like she always sends it to me like, "Yo, like time's flying," and I'm like, "Yeah, like." Bobby and I, like, junior formal, like, 2018, we performed one of our songs for, like, the whole class. And
Late night.
And,
Late night.
you know, Dame wasn't there. That would have been crazy
Yeah.
if he was there. But it was such a great time, man. Awesome.
Yeah, that was sick because I remember they were just like, yo, you guys are ready. We were just like, oh, okay. We just got
they
up.
gave us one microphone, by the way.
Yeah,
the
we
guy
had to share
fucking
it.
cut the music out halfway through one of the performances. So I'm
Yeah.
sitting there, like, trying to hype the crowd up while he's fixing it. It worked out, though. It did work out.
Nah, we fucking killed it, bro.
We
It
killed
was so
definitely
cool.
something that our class remembers. Every
Yeah.
time I run into somebody, they're like, "Yo, like that was awesome! Like that was, it
Yeah.
was so cool."
I know. It's just so funny to see like how far we've come like since then too, you know what I mean?
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
awesome to see, you know, and to see that we're still doing this and still working at
Yes,
it.
we're still at it, man. Like even if I'm like, I think I said it in like an old song. Like even if nothing ever comes out of this shit, I'm here to say I had a good time doing it. Like,
Bro, that's literally
all
it.
it is.
That's
all
literally
it. Is.
it. It's
That's
like
how I see it. I'm having a good time with it, and I'm glad people like it. Like, because I mean, quite honestly, like I don't think we ever made music for anybody but ourselves. Like,
no, never.
we've always just like, all right, like what are the songs that we want to hear? We made them. Like that's how I always saw it. Like, and so like, honest to God, like I'm here for a good time. Like.
Bro, that's literally
Fuck all that like fame shit. Like I just want to put like my music out there, put it out, have like my mark on the world with that, you know? Like
Yeah, no, and I mean you definitely will, you know. I mean, and this album shows, you know.
Yeah,
Bad days
thanks.
don't last forever. That shit fucking shows.
Bad Days, yeah. Don't trip on that album. That
Yeah.
album, I don't know if anyone like I hope people get it.
Yeah.
But I'm hoping it sticks with people. I'm really hoping it does.
Yeah. I was saying to you before like the podcast started and everything, before we started recording. Like I said, like I've listened to all of Alex's music that he's come out with, like, you know, since he started putting it out there.
Yeah.
And it seems like finally now, not saying that you weren't before, you know, obviously you were fucking good, but I'm saying like now it just seems like you were just coming into your own. Like you're like, yo, you're like, this is Blanco.
That
you
was
know?
really like the big focus too on this album. I'm telling Chow, like when we were recording like the first few songs of it at like his house, I was like, I really want to like carve our own lane out of this shit. You know what I mean? Like it's not just like my sound that I want to say. I want to be like, this is like the sound that all of us like encourage. Like, you know what I mean? Like There's like like they have like Atlanta trap, and like we have like Jersey club and stuff like that, but like there's not like a hip hop scene in Jersey like that.
That's facts, yeah.
You want to know something funny? In my car, I have 3 CDs. There's one punk band from like the 90s. I can't even remember the name of it. And then there's 2 copies of the ASP. Like the ASP album. The CDs.
ASP
I have 2 of them in my car that I put
funny.
in every now and then. I don't even know why I have 2, but because they're the same fucking thing. But I got 2 of them.
Yeah.
I put them in every now and then. I remember someone got my car and they heard Bobby. They're like, is this Bobby? I'm like, oh shit, you went to the CD section. Like, you turned off the Bluetooth.
Yeah, we were handing out CDs in high school for ASP at the time for our project Days Like These, and like we were selling them for like $5 a pop.
Yeah.
And, like, people were getting them. They were pretty. They didn't go as much as we thought they were going to. At one point, we were just handing them out. At that point,
Yeah, let's just say
Bobby ended up with a lot of CDs.
I overburned probably about like 80 CDs.
Yeah, he handed out a bunch of them, but
Yeah.
he ended up with a lot of them at the end of the day.
Yeah, and I mean honestly, it's like it's something I'm never gonna throw away though, just because like it's something so special,
No, that's history right there.
It
That's
is
our
history.
history right there.
I really wish that I grabbed it from my car when we were outside. I could have pulled it out like Nardwire.
Dude, I got it on my phone still. I bump
you
it from
remember
time
this?
to time. I bump that album from time to time. Like, even though like it's old as shit, like I don't give a fuck. Like, it's still fire. Like, even for the time like that we were doing stuff, I still can't believe we pulled off what we did.
Listen, like obviously, we weren't all there yet, like with our like music and stuff.
We're still not fucking
there.
Famous or anything. But
I
just
know.
looking at the progress, I'm like, yo, like,
it's impressive.
crazy.
Yeah,
we started from a good spot. Like, I'm glad that like we didn't start off like with the meme shit, or like we didn't like have like an ass song that people like. That was the one thing that I was scared of. Like, for the first few months of me being Blanco, nobody knew that I was Blanco, which was like crazy. And then like this girl in my school, she like knew that I was Blanco because she had seen, we had like a class together or something like that, and she had seen me on social media as my name Blanco. She was like one of the only people that knew, and then I ended up getting into a class with her, and then she was like, oh my god, Blanco, you're in here. Everybody's fucking face was like, what? Like, are you serious? Like, that's him? Like, and then before you know it, like, people were just like, oh wow, like, you're Blanco, like, you're cool, like, and like those guys, like, I love like just seeing how fucking crazy that was, like, just the difference. Yeah. The difference in treatment, I guess you could say.
Yeah, nah, definitely. I remember that.
Yeah, no, but those CD days were crazy, man. Like the ASP and Blanco, like old Blanco days, and like the Sachi days.
The Sachi days, yeah.
Sachi, please bring that back. We want Sachi back. Like, I almost was gonna put you as fucking Sachi on the album.
Yeah, no,
I was really tempted. I was like, nah, bro. Like,
nah, that's gone. That's long gone. But
Robert John now.
Yeah.
Robert John. No, I'm telling you, that album, that verse on that album, I was so hyped. I made that song literally with you in mind. I was like, yo, this is something Bobby got to.
Oh, Hail Mary?
Yeah, when I was making that song. That's why I was like, pass shit to Bobby. Yeah, like.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, you did already have that like.
And then like at one point when like I lost the files at one point for that song, and so I was considering, because like I think Bobby was like busy and shit. I was like, all right, let me make like an alternate like solo just in case. Couldn't do it. I couldn't like I couldn't master it the same way. Yeah. Couldn't do it. I had to have you on it.
Nah, that song is fucking dope. It's actually funny how I recorded it. We were like chilling in like our apartment at school, and like all the boys like left to like do something. I don't know what it was, and they were gone for like 10 minutes. But like I had the verse written out already. I was like, all right, fuck it. I was like, I have to do it. It's the perfect time. It was like the apartment's quiet, because it'll just pick up shit like through the walls. The walls were like this fucking thin. So I was like, all right, I just gotta lay it down for him and send it over, and I did. And I mean, I'm pretty happy with like the way it came out. I don't have too many complaints about it.
Yeah, no, that I'm hype. I'm hype. I'm glad that everything came along so well.
Nah, for sure, man. It's fucking amazing.
No, definitely. And like I'm hoping with this album everyone really does like it. Like, I really put my heart and soul into it. Like, because this is like a lot of the songs like have like a lot of meaning to me. Like Same Love, that's like my girlfriend's like all-time favorite song of mine. Yeah. And I went back actually and recorded that one. That was originally on like my first ever like project, like Sweetheart. I was never happy with that album, so I took it down. And that was always one song that I felt like it stood the test of time. Like, even in like my vault when it was just sitting there. I was just like, I gotta come back to this at one point.
Definitely.
This felt like the perfect time to put that out.
Definitely.
Put that song on the album.
Yeah, no, I mean, it was perfect. I mean, the album's great, you know. You guys stream it now, you know, it's on all platforms. Check it out. Days don't last forever. I mean, it's fucking great, man. It's fucking great.
Bad days really don't. Bad days don't last forever, and that's like the whole message of this album is like, you know, this is like when you do have a bad day, put this album on. Hopefully it gives you like a good vibe, something to, you know, motivate you to be like, all right, like what can I do to better myself and better this day? You know what I mean? Like that's all it is. Good vibes. I'm not sitting here trying to praise it like it's like a lyrical masterpiece, but like I'm sitting here like, yo, like this is some good vibes. Go out there and listen to it. You having a hard time, put this album on, you know?
Definitely, you know, and I definitely think it'll get like perceived as that because, like I said, it's a great.
Yeah, and then we still got the hype songs on there too.
Oh hell yeah!
Yeah, there's so many hype songs.
Yeah.
Shout out, yo, J-Cast killed that verse on Get Wavy. That
Yeah.
was a song that like Dame and I had in the vault, and then like, you know, J-Cast has been killing. He's a kid that like from I think he's from New Egypt, and I want to say like in 2018, like when I was first rapping and everything like that, he came to me and he was like, yo, like, you're one of my inspirations. I want to make music and like, I just want to know like what your thoughts on this is. And like, I told him like back then, like, you know, you have a good voice, like keep up with the flow and like, you're going to get better as time goes on. And he's stuck to it. Like he's really stuck to it. And like, you know, him and I just like recently reconnected like last year. Cause like, I was going on SoundCloud and I heard his song come up and I was like, yo, no way. I know this kid. So I hit him up and then we chopped it up from there. And like, yeah, like expect some tunes from us, some more tunes from us. We're definitely working a lot more. And Dame as well. Dame, we got to get him to come out of his little hibernation. He's cooking up some shit. I'll tell you that. He has some good fucking songs in the vault.
That's good to hear. That's good to hear.
He has some good songs in the vault. I'm not going to speak for what he wants to do with it. But he has some shit. He's working. We got him in the stew making hits, and he's always been so good. I mean, him and Chow have an album coming out. Like after his album comes out, Chow Tape 2, which I produced that. Chow, please, like, yo, go into that. Chow Tape 2. Please.
Chow Tape 2 is very different from Chow Tape 1. Chow Tape 1 was like all like Mac Miller vibes, like boom bap, whatever, chill rap. And then, out of nowhere, I couldn't really tell you what happened. I started making drill rap. And it started with, like, very few couple songs. Me and Dame made this song called Guap, where I, like, talked about this kid. I can't really go into depth to it, but, yeah, I did that. And then we made this song called Mali, which was the same exact sample as Guap, which was the Franz Schubert violin sample from the early 1800s. And it was just so nice. We found another beat with the same sample. We were like, screw it, let's just use it again. And then the first one, Guap, was like a hard trap song. But then Mali was like my transition into drill rap. And I was like, dude, I want to make more music like this. So me and Alex made this song called Mob Shit, which we were going to put on Rated R, but now we're going to throw on R tape, which is like, expect that like a year from now. We were just talking about that. It's not coming out. I got like at least 10 songs on my album, maybe 11, 12. All drill, all calm. I just released my song Gods last yesterday, and that song's great. Got some special shit coming with that soon, and my favorite song on the album would be STG, bro. I want to release that stuff soon. And then me and Dame Tape, that's been on for planned forever, honestly. We've been making that for for over a year, honestly, and we just finished it. Maybe got to make one or two more songs. All hits, yo. I swear, we've been trying to make this album something special. Drill music, the NJ drill scene is what's going. Jersey drill, baby. That's all I'm going for right now. I love that shit.
That was one of the things when I was listening to the album. I had heard you and Dame on there, and I know you've been making music. Gods was really good. You could tell it's definitely different. It was definitely like the drill, and I fucked with it. I did. And then hearing Dame too, I wrote it on here. I literally put great to hear Dame again, because I can't remember the last time I heard Dame on a song. And like you know, we had mentioned how you have the lead music, but one of the songs that got popular in my school, because I would show it around, man. Like, I definitely, like, I tried to help as much as I could with, like, sharing your music around, but, like, Perp Drink.
Oh, Perp Drink.
Perp Drink got a following in my school.
Yeah, that was a
You guys had killed that.
Yeah, that was a good one. That was a really good one.
Yeah, that was a really good one. I hope to be able to hear that again sometime. But, yeah, no, I look forward to hearing more from you, like all of you guys. I really do.
Yeah, no, definitely. I'm hyped. I'm ready for this shit. And you know, like I said, we got a whole summer planned of just content. Like my album, his album is next after mine. I produced all of that. The Chow and Dame album that's coming out, and then also the Rated R project that we have. We're still working on that. We've been working on that for like a year and a half now, but we definitely are gonna get that out probably end of August at least.
Yeah, you know, and we're fucking super excited. We're gonna promote the hell out of it too.
Yeah.
When all that shit comes out, you know, we're fucking.
Yeah, of course.
We're excited.
Yeah.
You know, we're excited to see like just, you know, not even just like independent artists around here, but like seriously, like you know,
no,
I'm just close friends of mine.
I'm just so glad that like, you know, we've all been in touch and everything like that.
Yeah,
and,
seriously.
like, we get to do something like this and sit down and like, you know, chop it up, and like we're all at different places in our lives and all that, but like just being here and like being able to like talk about my project and his project and like everyone else, and like it's so nice.
It's awesome, man. You know, it was great having you guys on here. You know,
of course,
it was great,
yeah. It was always a pleasure, man. Anytime I'm back, yeah.
I know, definitely. We'll have to get you guys on for a part 2 sometime. You know.
Yeah, part 2, definitely.
Yeah, definitely. Well, I would like to personally thank all you guys for tuning in for episode 2. You know, like I said, it was a pleasure having you guys on. And hopefully we get to see you guys soon. Until then, fucking listen to Bad Days Don't Last Forever.
Give that shit a listen.
Give that
Apple
shit a
Music,
listen.
Spotify, SoundCloud, anything. Your mom's phone, your dad's phone, your auntie's. It's gonna be on the radios. Hopefully,
Yeah.
like I'm waiting on that shit. But yeah, it's gonna be on everything. Put it on your mom's phone. Put it on your dad's phone. Everyone, like put them all onto it. I want your grannies. I want grannies bumping to this shit.
They gotta be, bro.
You gotta have your little cousins get that fucking Baby Shark off their phone. Put my fucking album on there.
I'm sure Purple Runs would fit perfectly.
Great runs.
Great
I want them learning that shit. Fuck the ABCs. Like they're gonna be learning that shit. Yeah.
All right, everyone. Thank you guys for tuning in. We'll catch you next week for episode 3. Peace out.
Peace.